Hey guys, welcome to the Fury Time channel. Anthony Joshua vs Francis Ngannou. Preview and prediction. Francis Ngannou will return to the boxing ring against Anthony Joshua in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Here is how we think the fight will play out. Colossal news has hit the combat sports world with the announcement of another crossover boxing match. Former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou will return to the boxing ring against former unified heavyweight boxing champion Anthony Joshua. Although more details have yet to be released, the match is scheduled for 10 rounds and will take place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. According to ESPN, the fight is set to take place on March 9. Incredibly, in his first two boxing matches, Ngannou will have faced two of the premier heavyweights of the last decade. Many fans were skeptical when Ngannou first left the UFC to side with the PFL in May 2023. The deal for Ngannou allowed him to participate in boxing matches, and he has taken full advantage. In October, Ngannou made his professional boxing debut against lineal and WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury in a 10-round non-title bout. Ricky Hatton is firmly backing former two-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua to topple MMA veteran Francis Ngannou. Their fight takes place on March 8 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Back in October, Ngannou made his professional debut against WBC champion Tyson Fury. In a very unexpected performance, Ngannou dropped Fury and gave him fits for the entire 10 rounds. Fury walked away with a 10-round split decision win. Now Ngannou is up against Joshua, and the British star is coming off one of his best performances in recent years. He demolished Otto Wilder in 5 rounds back in December. Hatton is unsure if Ngannou's performance was a clear sign of his skills or a clear sign that Fury didn't take the fight seriously. We are in limbo, aren't we? Was Ngannou better than we gave him credit for? Or did Tyson take Ngannou lightly? Did Tyson not train as hard as he could, and that's why Ngannou looked as good as he did? There is a big question mark around Ngannou. We all know he can hit, but was it because Tyson took him lightly? All these questions no one is sure about yet. Tyson did not physically look as good as he normally does, and he is also had those 3 fights with Wilder that may have taken something out of him, Hatton said. The former UFC champion shocked audiences by knocking Fury down in the 3rd round with a left hook. After 10 rounds, many believed Ngannou had done enough to earn a victory. The judges awarded Fury with a rather thin split decision. Regardless, it was Ngannou who walked away with the vindication, and most believed the match with Fury was nothing more than a money grab rather than a real competitive bout. AJ vs Ngannou prediction. While he was highly underestimated against Fury, Ngannou had the advantage of the unknown heading into that match. He won't have that same trump card against Joshua. Unlike Fury, Joshua will be coming off a 10th month layoff and will be looking to gain a mixture of bragging rights over his United Kingdom rival. By defeating Ngannou, Joshua has shown massive amounts of vulnerability, mainly when opponents apply pressure, and aren't afraid to take the fight to him. Ngannou's best course of action is to get into a brawl with Joshua, with the likelihood of coming out on top. However, Joshua has plenty of motivation to make a statement against Ngannou and should be the one who has his hands raised with a stoppage victory. Prediction: Joshua via TKO. If you are asking where my money would go, it would go on AJ, because he is an exceptional boxer. You don't become an Olympic gold medalist and a 2-time world champion for nothing. He doesn't have the lateral movement of Tyson Fury, so he is going to be standing in front of Francis Ngannou, which worries me a little bit because of AJ does Cop 1. That could be that. But I'm going to go with AJ based on his confidence and his new team. I think he will have enough firepower to shine against Ngannou. AJ Ngannou. AJ and Fury, what a sign that would be to see. And also it's great to see Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren on the same table and working together, because I think that's what boxing needs, promoters working together. To see Frank and Eddie on the same table working together, I thought to myself, this is going to be good for our sport, because I think we would hit a brick wall in our sport in terms of fights not happening. Forget being a training or former fight. Just as a boxing fan, seeing Eddie and Frank Warren working together was like sunshine for me, Hatton said. Thanks for watching guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.